What's up? I wanted to hop in live and share a little bit of training, give you a little bit of value. If for some reason you don't already know who I am, let me introduce myself first. My name is Dawn Luckowitz. I am a NASM certified personal trainer, a group fitness instructor. I'm also a precision nutrition coach. And I was a former dual sport collegiate athlete who, after I graduated college, just really struggled when it came to who I was, what I was supposed to be doing. I was not working out anymore. I was eating horribly. I found myself depressed and anxious and all the things. Basically, I ended up putting on like a solid 40 pounds, and I wasn't small to begin with. So I put on a solid 40 pounds in less than 2 years, and I struggled with my weight on and off for years. I would go through cycles of, moving and being stressed and putting weight on and then kind of figuring things out and getting it off. And I've tried a lot of different ways to do it. And I've had a lot of struggles and some successes. And over time, I discovered through trial and error and through trainings and through certifications and education how to do things the right way. And so really, I want to help others learn how to do things the right way so that you can be healthy and strong and have energy and live a full life, right? So I do work individually with women to help them lose weight, get stronger, gain confidence, and all of those things. So today, one of the things I wanted to talk about and not take up too much of your time is this idea of strength training, resistance training, lifting weights or using resistance bands, if that's all you have, in order to lose weight. I'm in a lot of different Facebook groups and I'm part of different forums, and I talk to women daily about weight loss and fat loss and getting healthy. And it never fails. I see over and over and over and hear over and over and over again from women that have a lot of weight to lose. They'll say, I'm going to do a lot of cardio, lose weight, and then I'm going to start lifting weights to tone up, okay? It doesn't really work that way. I tell women, especially if you have a choice, right? And you can only do one, I always recommend strength training. Now, with that said, I do believe there needs to be a balance. I do believe we need to have some cardio in our life. Cardio is not a bad thing, although a lot of us don't like it. I am not a cardio fan. Cardio is not my jam. I sneak cardio in by doing high intensity interval training. So, spurts that spike my heart rate. Tabata training, again, those same ideas, spiking my heart rate, where I'm getting cardio in a really short period of time. But when it comes down to it, I also do sneak it into my lifting, because depending on how you're lifting, you can get that heart rate up. So why do we care about lifting? How does that help us lose more weight than just cardio on its own? You're going to burn more calories. The more muscle you can build in your body, the more calories you're going to be burning. And people get this confused because they'll wear their little fitness watch or their tracker and they'll do 30 minutes of hardcore cardio and 30 minutes of weightlifting, and they burn way more calories doing the cardio than the weightlifting, and then it kind of freaks them out. Yes, in that 30-minute time frame, you're going to probably burn, most likely, more calories doing your cardio. But it's the calories after you work out that you're going to continue to burn if you're lifting weights and building muscle. Building that muscle, again, is going to allow your body to continue burning weight when you're not working out. I do have some notes. I want to make sure I hit some really important points for you. Lifting weights and adding muscle mass. So as you start to build muscle mass, I'm not talking about bulky. Just having more muscle in your body, it's going to boost your metabolism, and it's going to turn your body like into a fat burning machine. So you're going to burn calories while you're sleeping, the more muscle you have, okay? You want to be lifting weights or doing resistance training because it's going to help you maintain muscle. So research shows, definitely want to read this so I don't get my numbers wrong, that between the ages of 30 and 70, right? So it's a pretty big range. Between the ages of 30 and 70, women lose an average of 22% of their total muscle, okay? As we age, it's more important that we are focusing on building muscle. We need that muscle for our health, right? It says what's even more upsetting is that over time, the muscle void, so we're losing muscle. The problem is that muscle then gets filled with fat. We don't want to be adding fat, right? So not only are you losing muscle, but now your body wants to fill that empty space. So it's filling it with fat. We want to be building muscle to keep us strong. We also want to be strength training because as we age, it's going to help with our body mechanics. So the more muscle we can build, the more we can train our body, the better balance we're going to have, the better posture we're going to have, the better coordination we're going to have. Now, for some of you in here, maybe you haven't experienced any decline in those areas yet, but I hate to tell you, if you plan to live a long life, you're going to potentially see some of those if you're not doing some strength and resistance training. Over time, my personal focus in my own fitness has changed a lot. I used to just want to, get lean and strong and look good. And now I'm like, no, I want to make sure that I'm building my body so that as I age, I'm not a risk for falls. I don't want to have balance issues. I want to be able to watch my nephew play soccer well into high school and maybe college, right? And I want to be able to walk out to the field and not have to sit way back in a car because of the uneven ground and balance issues, right? So building muscle isn't just going to help with that weight loss and that fat loss because it's continually burning, but it's also going to help you maintain muscle mass and work with that coordination. It's going to help with your bones, right? It's going to help build your bones to be stronger because of the way your muscle is attached to your tendons and all of those kind of things. So it's just really good stuff. It's going to help with your heart health. And when you're lifting weight, it does different things inside your body. So it could potentially reduce your risk, of diabetes, right? And I do want to read this so that I make sure I get this right for you. Lifting weights helps improve the way your body processes sugar. All right. So by lifting weights, it's changing what's happening inside your body. This can help prevent diabetes. And if you already have diabetes, research is starting to show that extended periods of strength training improves blood sugar control as well as taking some diabetic drugs. Sometimes the combination of strength training and aerobic exercise can be more beneficial than some of those drugs that you might be prescribed. So this is like really important stuff. It's important to be getting some resistance training in. So where do you start? What do you do? How do you begin doing that? Oftentimes people will say, you just have to start and do something. But weight training can be really scary. Resistance training can be really scary if you've never done it. I lifted weights like a beast in college. I already told you, I was a dual sport collegiate athlete. I spent a ton of time in the weight room. I played 2 very different sports. And so the weight training that I did for one sport was a little different than the weight training I did for another. I technically knew how to do like all the lifting. I knew the proper form and the technique, but I didn't know how to structure a program for myself. I had a trainer that told me what to do. So for years, I knew I needed to start doing something and I just didn't know where to begin. I went to a gym and I walked around and I took some selfies and I listened to some music and I picked up some dumbbells and did some curls and that's like all I did. And then I would like leave and it was just a waste of time. If you know it's time to do something and you have no idea where to begin, go ahead and reach out. We can get an appointment on my calendar. I can point you in the right direction. If it makes sense, I can give you some opportunities where we can work together to kind of put you on the right path, to give you a plan to start adding some of this stuff into your world. You can absolutely look things up on YouTube and you can Google it. And if you've got all the time in the world and you want to do it that way, do it. But if you want to talk about some real solutions, putting together a plan for yourself to just start gaining some strength. And then if you're really looking to lose weight, lose fat, get leaner, you're going to do that through weight training, right? We've talked about the calories. You're burning more calories the more muscle you have. Muscle takes up less space in the body. So the more muscle you have, the less space it's taking up in your body, and we're kicking the fat to the curb. Lifting, if you're a woman, is not going to make you bulky unless your eating is completely out of control and you're eating far too many calories for what you're doing. or you're taking a lot of supplements. Women that do bulk, they're typically bulking because that's the intent, that's the physique they're looking for, and they're having to do a lot of work to do that. And it's not just the lifting they're doing. Some of it is how they're playing with rep schemes and how they're playing with the amount of weight, but a lot of it is in their diet when they're trying to actually bulk and put a lot of muscle mass on. That's not what we're looking to do in this group. I know that's not what you're looking to do. We're looking to get healthy and strong and lose some weight and have some energy. So again, if you don't have any kind of plan and you don't know how to even begin, just reach out. Drop in the comments that you need help with a plan. Shoot me a message. I can shoot you a calendar link. We can get on the calendar. We can talk about where you're at, what's worked in the past, what hasn't. And again, I can give you some options that may include working together depending on where you're at, or it might just be pointing you in the right direction. All right, hopefully that was helpful. Let me know if you have additional questions on this specific topic, and give me some ideas of what you might want to hear more about next week. I want to be making sure that I come live with some trainings for you, with some tidbits and information, but I want it to be what you want to know. So go ahead and drop that below. I hope you have a great rest of your day.